Yo, what up gamers, welcome to my Tristana guide. Today I'm going to show you how I play Tristana as a master tier Tristana main. The runes are up on the screen here. We're going to be running Hail of Blades because it's very important on Tristana to be able to stack your bomb as much as possible. Preferably you want to get as many, full stacks in order to reset your W, not just to deal extra damage. And that's why it's better than PTA generally, because while PTA also increases your damage like Hail of Blades does, it doesn't actually increase the chances of you getting a reset. So that's a big thing in favor of Hail of Blades. Alright, as a whole, probably wasn't smart to trade there. They do have a stronger level 1 than us. However, if you look at the damage they've taken from their HP bars, I suppose it's okay. They did take quite a bit of damage, it's just all of their damage was concentrated onto me. But eventually we'll get some healing from Yumi to try and get me out of this situation. We're gonna play this more or less safe early on anyway. We can just try and sustain them, just try and farm. And if they ever get low enough to Yumi poke and to trades, then I can just try and jump in and get a kill. But we'll see if that becomes a possibility later on. At the moment, I also just want to give us some farm. I don't want to overextend here for the last hit. Unless I think I'm not gonna get harassed by Karma. So she backs off there for no reason. I mean, she should be playing more aggressively. I can just go for these last hits. But then as she walks up, we can try and trade back, because they're not unified at the moment. Yeah, they're not doing a good job of harassing me here. Okay, so as you can see, we've done a good job of recovering from all their poke. Yumi's been able to heal me up and still sitting on a little bit of mana. Unfortunately, they're not really low either, so there's not too much to do. I don't really want to jump on them unless either they're low, or at the very least they waste some important cooldowns like Karma Q, without which they can't really win a trade. Okay, so Karma's no Q now, so I could, if she steps up too close, I could try and go on her. Okay, especially the shield. The shield is important to waste as well. So I'm just going to go in now while she doesn't have that. Alright, I think she used the empowered W there, so we're just going to jump out before she can get that off. Both sides wasted ignite there, but that's alright. So Karma ends up much lower from this trade than me, because we get that reset really fast, as you can see, thanks to the Hail of Blades. And then we're just able to jump out really quickly before they really get to do any damage back. So you don't want to do that too often on Tristana. It's mainly about cooldowns. So when you want to jump in is either when you're going to just kill them, or if you know you're just gonna hard stomp the trade and then you can jump out before they can turn the trade around. I feel like they have their jungler around, but I have my W up and we got Lilia coming soon, I think, so we can just ward there and keep playing aggressively. Okay, so I just want to walk up for a trade with Ezreal here. Not gonna jump in though, because I could tell their jungler was around. Wouldn't want to risk not getting a reset there. Alright, there we cancelled the Vi knockback with our W. That's a pretty neat thing you can do with Tristana W is you press W just before getting hit by a displacement ability, and because Tristana W has a delay before it jumps, the jump goes through after you've been displaced, and you basically end up cancelling the displacement altogether. It's a very important skill to master on Tristana, especially because the delay also means it's very easy to cancel Tristana W. The enemies have a lot of time to react to it, and so basically you want to wait for them instead to use their displacement and then jump while cancelling their displacement, because if you do it the other way around, they're going to cancel your jump with their displacement. It's a matter of patience and also reflexes. Okay, they're going to aggressive on Yumi here. We're going to go on Karma since she's lower. She already used her shield. Unfortunately, she used empowered W there. She gained like 200 HP from that. That was pretty unfortunate. I thought that was going to be a pretty secure kill. You only really want to go on the support if you know you're going to kill them. So they just got a lot of damage onto me while we didn't really return any damage onto Ezreal. So because of that, we're probably just going to have to base here. We don't want to risk staying on low HP and then just getting dived. So we're gonna leave base as fast as we can without waiting for full HP and full mana. Try and miss as little CS here as possible. So we're gonna grab the double longsword and also the coal. Coal is just an item I like building. You don't need to buy it for yourself. But if you do want to buy it, well, the only situation you really want to buy it in is if you can buy it before Noon Quiver and without costing you a longsword. I think the circumstance I did it in here is like the perfect time to do it because you are buying coal instead of... You're not buying coal instead of another AD component, you're actually buying coal instead of the dagger, which is an attack speed component and not as important on Tristana as AD is. So I'm getting a lot more AD right now than if I just didn't build coal. So we're just going to focus on crashing here. They're not going to go aggressive while we have this wave. So I'm just going to take this opportunity to rush them a little bit here and also just try and get some damage onto the turret here. If they try and fight back, that's when we go aggressive on them too. I probably should have just saved my E there though. I'm going to have to jump out here. I can't really win the trade without my E. However, Ezreal just got hit by my E for no reason there. He should have walked away. So at least the trade goes about even, especially with the Yuumi heals and my potion. Gonna be in a decent spot right now. Fortunately, neither me or Yuumi have vision right now. We would usually want to place vision in that situation, but no wards. Yeah, so this time we're gonna play it a little bit smarter. Gonna have to jump out again, but at least time the E was directly on Ezreal, so we're not relying on him being an idiot for the E damage to actually get him. We're just going to be hitting him directly, and we do win the trade again. So they're able to like successfully force us off of the turret and make sure we're not able to get a plating there. But it's costing them a lot of HP every time. They have to go aggressive on us to prevent us hitting the turret. If they don't, then we just hit the turret. The only thing we got to do in this situation is make sure that we're not wasting my E on the turret. Okay, so just hovering to the side in case something happens in the river here, so we can rotate over, but looking like nothing will happen. Or actually, okay, something might be happening. I'm just gonna do the smart thing here, or the consistent thing. Gonna crash this wave before I go and help, because if I go and help and then I don't get anything, then I lose this entire wave for no reason. So I'll crash that and then see if we can do anything. Okay, we'll go on Victor here. Should be able to get the Karma here too. Alright, awesome. And the enemies missed out on a lot of farm there, so Ezreal moved over before crashing the wave. Obviously he couldn't, he didn't have power over the wave. It wasn't too bad, it wasn't bad from him. But it was a bit of a risk. Like in that situation, I would really try and avoid doing anything that could actually risk killing me, because if I do die there, I'm gonna miss out on at least one wave, which is really terrible. He might miss out on even 2 waves here if I crash this wave in time, but probably not. Okay, so I would have gone for that plating, but I do think Ezreal would arrive in time. Actually, well, I don't think it would try and cancel my base probably, but I can't really risk that. If I get my base cancelled long enough, it's gonna like completely compensate for the amount of gold that I would have gained from hitting the plating, especially because it wouldn't be a solo plating. If it was a solo plating, I'd probably just go for it. But instead, I don't want to get my back cancelled, I just want to base and get into lane as fast as I can so I don't miss this wave. Yeah, because I mean, this cannon alone is already like half the plating. Or, well, considering it was a dual plating, yeah, it would have been like the entire plating. Almost. Yeah, you can see I really couldn't afford to really delay my back much there. I would have missed out on a lot. Okay, so this time the wave is already shoved, I think. So we're going to try and move over here. See if there's anything to do. Just gonna directly jump on him. Alright, nice. I probably should have timed my auto better for the kill, but oh well. We'll try and chase down Karma as much as we can here. Just try and get as much damage as we can, even though we're not going to get the kill. Just try and squeeze out as much damage as we can there. may lead to a future kill. So obviously we're pretty safe right now. We see Vi topside. Ezreal was dead. Karma's pretty low. I want to try and abuse this by getting as much tower damage as we can. However, looks like we want to do the Drake now. So probably just going to stick around at least another wave just so I can get my Kraken Slayer. Would be nice if you would stick on me, considering Lily is doing nothing except farm Grom or farm Krugs. No, not Krugs, Jesus, Scuttle Crab. We got there eventually. Alright, we're gonna play just a patient game here. They have to assume we're not here. Okay, so we can maybe get Karma here. Gonna use Exhaust just to try and get Marauders in, and nice, that's the kill. Perfect. Yeah, they had no vision there. They had no idea where we were. They probably should assume that we're in base, because it was a good time for us to base, but obviously I was wanting to wait for Kraken Slayer, so... I figured eventually, if they wanted to ward, they had to show themselves really close to me, and then I can just one-shot them. Whoever comes close to me. Because they need to be playing safer than that. They can't really afford to get in my range right now. We can just keep pushing here, even though I could already base for Kraken Slayer. Oh, hang on, there's a Vi there. Alright, we just don't use the W, wait for the Vi ult first. Make sure she doesn't cancel the W, and then we just survive all that burst, and we're able to get away. Okay, I can't contribute too much here, but... Nice. Alright, that was really not bad. Considering how low I was, I shouldn't have been able to contribute much, but Lilia was very strong there. So once again, we just turn back onto the turret. Maybe we can even get the whole turret here. Oh, actually, maybe not with these guys here. There's not too much for me to do, but maybe I can save Yuumi. Let's get away from the wall so we don't get hit by the Vi Q. There we go. Okay, so Victor just used a Z. We know we're not going to be afraid of that anytime soon. That just gives us a small window to just shove the wave here. I mean, he doesn't have ult anyway, so he wouldn't be able to burst me down either way, but... Yeah, with the Z down, definitely zero threat, so we can just shove that before we base. That way we don't miss out on the next wave when he shoves that. So we're going to grab the Kraken Slayer and also the Berserker's Greaves. Now we're going to be building towards the Phantom Dancer. So you can build either Phantom Dancer or Stormrazor second on Tristana. They're both perfectly fine. I actually usually do use Stormrazor. I'm building Phantom Dancer here because I already bought the Longsword early on for some extra AD. So you're going to do a lot of DPS and a lot of burst with both items. The difference is with Stormrazor you're going to do a little bit more burst and a little less DPS. And with Phantom Dancer you'll do a little more DPS but a little less burst. So because Tristana is such a champion that's focused on burst and just like can absolutely just one-shot people with her E combos, I personally prefer Stormrazor. I feel like it gives me a greater impact over the game. But we'll build Phantom Dancer this game, which is the most common second item on Tristana anyway. That's what most people do. You do also have the option of Collector, which like goes completely ham in terms of like giving you burst, but it gives like no DPS, so I don't like it too much. I'm sure there are games where it can really shine, but I wouldn't really know when to detect those. Alright, that's pretty unfortunate that I had to flash that. I thought the minions were taking aggro. I think they were, but he killed the minion that was taking aggro. And that was just before the casters came into range. So the turret just started focusing me instead. So I just had to flash to make sure I'm not taking turret aggro for too long. And there's no chance he can outplay it, but yeah, pretty easy dive. You can see that the enemies have to be really, really afraid of Tristana. Especially when she has this much of a lead. I mean, I'm not even that ahead, right? It's just, Tristana is just a really scary champion. Ezreal made the mistake of just being too close. Alright, we can see if we can maybe call Vi here. Guess not. That sucks. I was using the exhaust only to slow her so we could get the kill. Since I didn't get to land on her with my W. Oh. I would just jump out now. We just forced the Victor ult, so that wasn't too bad. We're gonna recover this HP eventually anyway, thanks to Yuumi. Or, well, at least I hope so. I guess she's gonna mana. So maybe not. Already good enough for Phantom Dancer anyway, so it wouldn't be a bad time for me to base here. Oh. Okay, I guess I'll stay, just to see if I can do anything in this fight. Don't quite have W yet, which is pretty annoying. Oh, there's Vi again. We're just gonna have to jump out directly. I don't think there's much to do here. When I call a guess there, I wouldn't be able to do much. Yeah. So I would have actually one-shot her there if I had a BF sword. Building towards Stormwizard. So that was pretty unfortunate. Yeah, that was a lot of gap closing. Sucks. I should have just ulted her immediately and just ran away without doing anything else, I think. Still, at least my teammates killed her. It wasn't too bad. Anyway, finished the Phantom Dancer. I guess I'll sell the coal for pickaxe, although if I'm honest, I don't know which is better between keeping the coal and buying a crit cloak or selling the coal and buying a pickaxe. I know that usually pickaxe does more damage than crit cloak, but in this case I had to lose 7 AD for that, so I'm not even sure if that's worth it. But in general though, I do prefer just playing with pickaxe over crit cloak, because it's more consistent damage, like on every auto, and you don't have to rely on a crit. Alright, so we can just respond to Ezreal's shove here, just grab this wave, and also shove the next wave. And since we've already taken that, because everybody's topside right now, that would usually be a good time to just pressure the bot lane turret, since obviously I can, have so much kill threat over Ezreal. Actually, I might still be able to do it. I guess literally everybody is left. Even Ezreal isn't defending, so my team looks to be engaging. So this is going to be a good time for me to just deal damage to the turret. So just the one big strength of Tristana is obviously she does so much damage to the turrets with her E. So you're one of the best ADCs to be, or one of the worst ADCs to be left alone on a lane while everybody on the enemy team is just ignoring her. So we're just going to be able to get the turret real quick. Gonna have to leave after that though, because we can't deal with a Kali. Oh wow. Alright, again, we get the cancel off. If she has ult, I'm gonna be dead though. Alright, I guess she doesn't have ult. Alright, perfect. I guess my team didn't actually get a good engage off like I was hoping, because the enemy team just ended up walking towards me anyway. Nobody died, but still, I guess the distraction meant that I didn't get a bigger collapse. Oh man. I would just rather push here. If we just push right now, it's a lot of guaranteed reward. Whereas the Baron is a little bit riskier, and the enemy jungler is up. In theory, they could steal. We're going to save the E here, because the Herald was going to kill the turret in one hit anyway. We're just going to use the E on this turret instead. There we go. And we set that up for the Herald to one-shot it as well. Just tank the Ezreal Qs here as well, so the Herald stays alive. We get that inhib as well. There we go. Much better than risking a Baron. Kind of want to go for red right now, but I'm not sure if I can, because it seems like Vi's going for it as well. Yeah, they might have seen me with that as well now. Yeah, we'll just leave that. Not going to greed for that. So I could already back for a BF, so I'm just going to shove one more wave before I do, though. Because if I don't take this wave fast, the super minion wave is just going to annihilate it, so just get this real quick. Oh, what the hell? Okay, yeah, I hadn't really thought about that. My bad. Wow, that was a lot of people there. That was really fast collapse from them. Yeah, I should have blue trinketed there just to be safe, because we did see Vi around that topside jungle anyway. But anyway, there we go. Grab the BF sword, building towards the Infinity Edge now. So a lot of people think Tristana is not the greatest ADC at the moment. I disagree. I think she's pretty good still. The durability update was only a minor nerf to her. And I don't know why people think she's so weak, honestly. Like, even before the durability update, people just never really thought highly of Tristana. But I think she's in a pretty good state right now. She's received so many buffs over the season. Oh, nobody saw that. I had to avoid stepping close to the wall because it would put me into the portal, man, so... yeah. Okay, we have to just focus on Akali here. We can't really afford to ignore her, but... yep, she didn't really play that as well as she could. Okay, nice. Oh, I got stunned here. There we go. Should be able to get Victor here too. Oh shit, I cancelled an auto. That was meant to give me the reset so I could jump on him. Alright, that's fine. Thank God we got him anyway. I didn't really catch who went in that bush. Okay, it's Karma. Didn't have to be afraid then. I am just gonna walk away. Okay, maybe do some damage, but yeah, definitely run now that she's got the shroud. Can just try and cover Lilia now. So Akali manages to kill her, but she dies for it in the process, so not really worth probably. Well, she does get a Baron buff, but it's a 1-for-1 at best. So this is going to be an easy Drake pickup here. I'm also going to go for for a red buff here. May as well pick that up before I base, because then I don't know where I'm going to go yet. And while I'm taking the red buff, I'm also just going to go for the golems. The golems are pretty out of the way, so usually I would not be wanting to farm them unless I'm like going bot. But because I'm so close to them anyway, because I went for the red buff, it just means it would be downright inefficient not to go for the golems when they're literally like a second away from red buff when I finish it. It's just no reason not to farm golems there, it's just a matter of efficiency. Now, I've taken golems from Lilia so she can farm those, but on the bright side that also means she doesn't have to go so far out of the way on the map to get those either. So it just means golems are farmed without really any inconvenience to our team. More gold for our team overall without having to like be not grouped. Okay, probably just gonna path top here and maybe stop by their jungle, see if anything's up. We just jumped through there to save time since we know we're pretty safe here. Can also check for some wards. Doesn't seem like they have much. There we go, just making sure that CS goes to me, not to Lilia. Yeah, I figured there might be somebody there. That's a pretty obvious place to hide. Want to respect the potential Vi ult, the Vi Q ult. So the moment they don't have the numbers really to kill me, if they were to try and Vi Q ult at the moment, I would have enough time to jump away and buy myself enough time that I'm not getting focused by Israel and Karma. Okay, that's potentially trouble though. Didn't realize Karma has Shirelias. Alright, good thing they didn't go for that, because honestly I think I would have died without being able to do much about it. They weren't meant to be that close to me. Ah, crap. I have to wait for the Akali Shroud. Or for, yeah, somebody else to walk up to me. That's fine. There we go. She actually would have been fine if she didn't step back towards me there to use W. I had no more resets or anything to chase her with. Oh, he just disappeared my E. Anyway, that's going to be it for this game. I hope you enjoyed this. Make sure to subscribe to see more guys in the future, guys. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Later, gamers.